Hello, today we can discuss the petrodollar and sanctions. Welcome back. Today is going to be a nice one. It's very informative. Anyhow, let's get into it. Many people probably don't know about the petrodollar. The petrodollar is when you have to convert your local currency to US dollars to buy anything in the world. Once you trade outside your country, you have to convert to US dollars. And the US government always get a little small cut. And the transactions fees, there's a little cut for the US government. And it as well goes for your nation, the country you're living in. Whenever they want to trade or pay debt, they have to be in US dollars, and the US government get a small little cut. There's a middleman there stealing what it basically is stealing. The petrodollar was created in 1974 by US and Saudi Arabia for the petrodollar to go into the US treasuries, forcing all sales globally to be done in US dollars. So the US at that time was very powerful. Saudi Arabia was weak, so they take advantage. Again, when your nation trade oil and gas, the USA government is getting a small percentage again, making them rich. The banking system is rigged to favor the US, the European Union, and the banks. And what they have basically done since 1971 is to create a fiat currency. Before, the currency or the currencies around the world used to be based on gold. But today it's backed by nothing, zero. Tomorrow morning you can get up and your money worth zero. Nothing is worthless. You can't buy nothing, you can't trade, you can't do nothing. And if it's like me that do digital banking, it's just gonna be numbers on the screen worth nothing, zero. Just let that sit in for a while. And at the moment where we're going, it seems like the economy is going to collapse. There's going to be a global economic collapse. Let this thing, and before, just saying now, the US and the European Union, they have kicked Russia off the SWIFT banking system. Another rigged system to favor the banks and the European Union and the US government. That's the people that benefit from that. Goldman Sachs and Bank of America, Deutsche Bank, all of these people is benefit from the SWIFT system, not your small local bank. And the United States and the European Union have put sanctions on Russia, trying to collapse their economy. But unfortunately, it has backfired. At the moment, it's not working. It has backfired on these idiots. That's what these idiots. These are basically idiots on steroids. They have created a global trading system where we trade globally, and saying they want to be the masters and the bosses and do what they want, cut people off as well, sanction people as well, and don't expect no repercussions. They want to be the rulers. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's not working out well for us. Every person in this world at the moment experiencing some kind of difficulties at the grocery stores, electricity. Basically, all goods now are basically being hijacked. Prices have gone up on. But unfortunately, Russia was smart enough to know that it was coming, and they stock up on gold. They buy a lot of gold, and they do not use the stock markets for their economy system. Their economy system is backed on natural resources like the oil, the gas, bauxite, uranium, wheat, a lot of grain as well. And soon we will have a global food shortage due to the fact that the idiots from the American and European Union don't understand that they can't go and bully every person around the world, because that's what they're doing. They are bullies. And the Russian government now have tell all the European Union, the unfriendly ones, that they have to buy the oil and natural resources, grain, wheat, whatever they want, and rubles. So rubles, you need to convert to rubles to buy your natural resources from your resources. Doing trading with Russia was a smart move from the Russian side, and now it's hurting us now here in the West, all over the world. And unfortunately for these idiots, these so-called smart intellectuals, idiots, the Russian economy now is on a 6-year high. Since 2015, it's at the highest level. The European Union and the US, along with NATO, started this war in Ukraine, telling the Ukrainians they can back them. And up to now, they haven't backed them with the weapons. But the mainstream media telling you the Ukrainian army is winning. A lot of Ukrainian people, soldiers, was getting into buses, getting bus off because they surrender. But the European Union and the mainstream media telling you a different story. The European Union are winning and they are crushing Russia. It's just propaganda. They have blocked it, the Russian news, RT, but I have a VPN, so I get around these things. Sweden as well are on steroids. The politicians here, they have blocked RT, but I can get around it. So I want to hear from both sides. I ain't stupid, and I know propaganda is going to come from both sides. And then when I hear both, I can make a conscious decision who to believe and not who to believe, and try to make the right decisions. And I think every person should do the same. Don't be biased and don't be stupid and believe one story. It takes two people to fight. And at the moment too, there's a lot of US diplomats and European diplomats rushing to India. Even Boris Johnson, that idiot, that clown, trying to get India to go against Russia. Don't buy oil from Russia. And for the Indians, it would be a stupid move not to buy Russian oil and rubles, because they will have to convert to US dollars and they can lose. So financial sense is that buy cheaper oil from Russia and boost the economy. And that's what the Indians have done. Hats off to them. I don't know what they expect, what these people think people are. And the petrodollar was being ruling for too long, and now is on the verge now of collapse. Even as well, they're asking the Saudis and the OPEC nations to pump more oil, produce more oil, so we can get the oil prices down. The Saudis and the OPEC nations say no, because the high oil prices benefit them. They aren't stupid. And now the United States and European Union got diplomats running all over the world trying to consolidate their power, trying to get a lot of small nations on board with them to pick sides, because it looks like it's going to collapse anytime soon, the economy. And India as well is not stupid, because if you look at it, India get 80 or 90%, don't hold me on that, but a high percentage of their military equipment is come from Russia. The United States and European Union don't sell these, they give them all shit if they will give them anything. Maybe now they're probably promising India a couple of F-15s or something to ditch Russia, because that's what it's do. But if you know, you should never trust the Americans when it comes to doing business. And Saudi Arabia would, again, and the Gulf nations was smart enough to say no, they are not. It's affecting me. Yes, I would like to go to the petrol pump and get cheaper diesel. The European Union is actually the ones to blame, and the US government. They are idiots on steroids, thinking that they can rule through force and sanctions. They are stupid. I know they are so stupid. They are begging Iran and Venezuela to start to pump more oil, and they are going to release. They're going to remove a lot of sanctions on these two nations. Remember, we've been told Venezuela and Iran is terrorist states. These nations are terrorists, organized as being organizing terrorists to hurt the world. But now, all of a sudden now, they're okay. They're supposed to come onto our side and help out in these financial situations. It doesn't get any more better than this. 2 years ago, the US government tried to overthrow the Venezuelan government, because the Venezuelan government wanted the oil to benefit their people, not the United States and the Western big corporations. So all of a sudden, they become dictators and stuff. And I hope for the Iran and Venezuela can make some smart moves and make sure they get the best deal possible from these idiots. And China didn't become rich, you understand? China didn't become rich because of hard work, innovation, and good politics. China became rich because the Western nations and the United States, they ship all the production and technology to China because they wanted cheap labor. And the Chinese wasn't stupid. They take it, and in 2 decades time, become one of the richest and more powerful nations. All that was done by help of the United States and the European Union, because they wanted to make sure big corporations keep making billions. So all the technology and all the manufacturing production here, they ship it off to China and Asia to make sure they make a lot of money, leaving us here with hardly anything. It worked out well for China. Now it's not working out well for us. Now Chinese has enriched themselves and now is a real global powerhouse. And now they're trying to contain China as well with sanctions and by force. Now it's too late. It's too late. Russia, China, Pakistan, India, even if India and China got their beef, hopefully they can put it aside and become a group. Come on, a group and challenge this petrodollar. Because if the petrodollar fall, it's going to benefit every person. It's not going to. The United States and the European Union and big banks, they're going to lose out. And remember, the European Union and the United States government is very corrupt. Very corrupt. Soon from now, it's going to be a global food shortage due to the fact that these idiots on steroids has sanctioned Russia, has created a war in Ukraine, has sanctioned Russia or Belarus, forgetting that almost half the grain and wheat for the nation, for the world, is created in that area. A lot of oil as well, sunflower oil, and for olive oil as well, is created in that area. And now there's a lot of ships and a lot of warehouses with a lot of food in Ukraine and in Russia, just sitting there doing nothing. And soon, and the Russians is not going to help the USA by allowing grain and the food supply to move. They have sanctions on them. Why help the USA try to curb the financial crisis that they created? It's crazy. These people think that they have so big brains. And another thing as well too, they banned the Russian airplanes from using European airspace. And in return, the Russians did the same. Banned the European planes, the unfriendly ones, from using their airspace, resulting in a flight from Britain, London, say just for example, British Airways going to China is an extra 4 hours flight because they can't use the Russian airspace. They got one of the biggest airspace in the world. So anything coming out from Europe here now can't fly over in the Russian airspace. So the prices is up on the tickets, and that's a lot of extra fuel as well for the airlines. These people are so stupid. Who benefits? But again, these people are leaders, and they say that they're looking out for your best interests. These people we have to trust and believe that they are fighting for us. The food, who want to pay now, because it's going to collapse soon. Who want to pay more for food? Wherever you is in the world, you are going to be paying higher prices for food, electricity, gas, whatever you trying to buy. So clearly, this war and this sanction is not benefiting the world, at least the poor people. Poor working class people like me and you, we are not benefiting. We are going to suffer even worse. Once again, I can ask you people, we've got to start creating small communities and start to live and trade among each other, because this global thing is not working out for us. It's only going to benefit the banking sectors, the big banking sectors and big corporations, and the politicians can get their kickback from creating a system against us. So we got to start to love each other, start to look out for each other, because that's the only way forward. And don't don't fall for this identity politics, like Muslims against Christians and the Jews against the Arabs and the blacks against the whites, because that's what they want. That's where their power lies. They can't control us if we come together to live as one. And remember, the petrodollar is on the way down. The Western nations, all they have is financial, because they use the stock markets. The Western nations don't really have much to offer. Without the stock markets rigging the system, the financial system to benefit them, they don't really have much to offer. So they use military force and financial sanctions onto nations to get whatever they want. But unfortunately, it seems to be coming to an end. Hopefully, that's the way. Anyhow, I'm going to end this video here. And remember to stay safe and love each other. And I can hear from you another time. Take care. Like, share, and subscribe so the word can get out to a lot of people. Because we need to get the word out, so people don't make the wrong decisions that's going to cripple them in the future. Bye for now.